listening to the Daily Stand-Up by Lifetime Value. Consider this your daily dose of new ideas, fresh perspectives, and/or hot takes as they relate to the worlds of customer success, post-sales, or whatever the hell we're calling it these days, and where we ask each guest one simple question: what's on your mind?
Yeah, he's not worth it.
Nice to meet you.
He's not worth it. All right, here we go. Lifers, welcome to the Daily Stand-Up. This is our brand new project from Lifetime Value where we give you daily ideas to think about in the CS space. I'm your host, and I'm thinking I want to smell like JP today. JP, can you tell us what you smell like today?
Today, I smell like bergamot and upsells.
That sounds great. And Rob, can you say hi?
Hello. Nice to meet you, Betsy. I smell like deodorant from the dollar store, probably. But
And I'm your host. I'm going to have to work on Rob's introduction skills. My name is Dylan Young. Betsy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Betsy Gilfillan. I have had about 15 years of experience in customer success and account management on many mediums through many verticals. I kind of feel like
grizzled vet. Grizzled vet.
A grizzled vet, truly grizzled too.
Polished.
Some say grizzled, some say polished. Betsy, you already know the format of the show, so can you tell us what is on your mind when it comes to customer success?
Yes. So I am thinking about people really throwing around the term, and I'm guilty of it because it's on my LinkedIn banner, so pot kettle, but people throwing around the term customer obsession and not really divulging what it means to not only the customer, but to you as a CSM.
So what do you think it means?
So I think that it means, this is something that I've always been skilled at, and I think I kind of have a good handle on it. It's humanizing the customer. So getting really curious and learning about them from the get-go. So where they are in the world from like their location, if you can find on LinkedIn where they went to school, if they moved from somewhere where they worked in the past, being able to connect with them in a human way draws so much more authenticity into a relationship and just allows for it to grow. I think that people say that they're customer obsessed because they want to obviously look like they're customer obsessed. This is our job. It's our responsibility to be obsessed, but you kind of need to go the extra mile to really prove that. And it shows up in multiple ways. So whether it's like investing in their success, so investing your time in understanding, are they in a part of the world where they can't respond to you because, for instance, they just got bombed or something. You might want to edit that. I don't know. But
No. I mean, that's happened a lot lately.
Yeah, that happened to one of my customers. And so I'm kind of stepping back and realizing, it's not all about like the daily monotonous tasks ever. There is so much more behind why a person can't get back to you or why they can't meet with you, or why you should just email them a deck of data as opposed to say like, let's hop on a call. Mm-hmm. So I think there are a lot of little nuances, but I think the most important part of being quote unquote customer obsessed is understanding that there are nuances and adapting to those with your customers.
Customer obsessed is one way of putting it. The word that comes to mind for me is prioritization. How to prioritize your customer. I mean, look, businesses are in business because of their customers, but that doesn't always, sometimes we lose focus and we put our priority elsewhere. We put the customer several degrees down the line, but we say it's in service of the customer. I'd be interested to understand what JP and Rob think about that, because it's definitely a delicate balance to strike.
Yeah, I'll be quick. I remember posting about this some time ago because I never really liked that phrasing. Something about it just irked me, But I definitely felt impact motivated. And I think that's the word I like to use. I'm impact motivated. What are the results I want to see with this customer? Because That's what I'm getting compensated for. That's the job I'm doing. I think it gets away from fuzzy feelings and gets more into what's the impact I'm having with this customer.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, I think making the customer experience less squishy is how a friend of mine, Diane Gordon, legend in customer success, if you don't know her, she phrased it yesterday. I totally agree with that. Where I see this manifest most is like a lot of the companies that I work with, they're early stage companies where they go from the CEO having direct contact with all their first customers, and they move to the next phase where they start developing a team around them. And they're told by their boards and their VCs, like, your number one job is to build a team around you and make sure you don't run out of money. But what the VCs are often not telling these CEOs is your number one job is also to make sure your customers are having measurable results and consistent outcomes. And another friend of mine, his name is Rob Snyder, really gifted guy, talented consultant who works on product market fit consulting. He often says, like, your job as an early stage founder is to make sure that you're stringing together a sequence of consecutive case studies that show consistent measurable results across your customers, and that you're connected with the experience that they're having. So I feel like that's a really, really useful lesson that you bring up, Betsy. And the term customer obsessed may not capture quite all that nuance.
Yeah.
Can we agree, though, that the fuzzy, squishy shit definitely greases the wheels? Like, that's part of what Betsy was getting at here, and feel free to correct me, Betsy, but how important it is to understand that your individual customers, like the individuals at the customer that buys your product or service, like, this is a very small part of their life. And to understand that, like, you can't take all their time, right? Because they got a job to do. You can't gloss over the fact that they just got bombed, or even if their kid is sick, or they want to go on vacation, and all of those things. I think, while they are not truly what we're there for, JP, I hear you loud and clear. Like, let's stop doing red, yellow, green sentiment measurements, and let's talk about the value we're actually delivering. But I fought this for a really long time, but those relationships are the ticket to ride, babe. Betsy, what do you think about that?
Absolutely. I agree. I think also I like kind of measuring the impact. I think the obsessed, it was really cringy for me too. I have to take that banner off my LinkedIn. But it's just investing in the people who are investing in your company, which are, those are the customers. So I think that it looks like if there was like a day-to-day for any CSM, which there isn't, but if there was, it would be, making sure you've got Google alerts set up for your customers, following their LinkedIn pages, multi-threading throughout their company. So you've got more than one contact. Hopefully it's already a natural thing. And kind of understanding where they are in the world, understanding time zone, what's going on over there. So you can like mention if they're in a certain part of the world where there's a festival and ask them about it. So kind of personalizing something, making sure that they aren't feeling like you're speaking at them or talking at them, and that you're actually genuinely interested in them as like a human being.
So you said all these different kind of like multi-threading all this information you can get from them that's not just their user data, how many times they log in. I'm going to call that Skynetting their ass. And it's just so you can more effectively serve them, right? Like,
right.
Sounds super dystopian, but at the same time, it's super helpful in understanding how to talk to them, how to treat them, what's important to them. Can you push them harder? Can you challenge them, or is now not a good time? Rob and JP, you got anything to add to that? Do you think that phrase is a good one, or maybe I should dumb that down a little bit?
You know what you're making me think of is, I don't know if you guys are fans of The Office, but the episode where Dwight steals Michael's Rolodex. That's how not to do it. Don't want that. No, I think to be honest, for me personally, I just have this fascination and curiosity with people. And I think most CS people have that as well. And that's what got them in the field to begin with. And so it just often takes a moment to step back and remind ourselves, like, we are curious about these people, right? We're not doing it out of some way to, we're not trying to manipulate these people by learning about their lives. We're just frankly curious about what's going on with them,
I think that comes standard, and you get you get a fancy car, the heated seats come standard, right? So I feel like as a CSM, a curiosity comes standard,
Oh, I love that, JP. Like default.
So are we the heated seats? The CS professionals?
I'm trying to elevate it from shit greasing the wheels, man. Come on.
Am I just keeping their butt cheeks warm? Is that what you're telling me? I'll take it. That is an amenity that I always ask for now. Every new car I buy, I'm like, it's got to have the heated seats.
The most bleeped, I swear.
I don't bleep anything, buddy. So get ready. Your reputation's about to take a hit.
I love that. It sounds much better than customer obsession. Heated seats.
I'm the heated seats for your customer. That's our time, Betsy. I want to thank you so much for coming on and joining us and sharing your idea. It's been a pleasure. Before we leave, can you play us a tune on one of those guitars?
That might ruin your day if I even try to. So I'm not here to ruin days.
All right. Well, thank you, Betsy. Thank you so much, and we'll see you around.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to The Daily Stand-Up by Lifetime Value. If you like what you've heard, please rate our show and subscribe wherever you find your content. Please note that the views expressed in these conversations are attributed only to those individuals on this recording and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of their respective employers. For all inquiries, please reach out via email to dylan@lifetimevaluemedia.com. Find us on YouTube @Lifetime Value and find us on the socials @Lifetime Value Podcast. Until next time.